So it's the fourth book in Technology Month, and the question that this book asks is, are we living through the second industrial revolution? And in this book called The Second Machine Age, Erik, Brynjolfsson, I hope I got that right, and McAfee posed this question. And the answer they get to pretty much is yes, we are. Machines and computers these days are doing for our mental powers exactly what the steam engine did for muscle power in the Industrial Revolution, where we're able to do things that previously we thought were completely impossible. They say that this change actually happens similar to what Hemingway said. It happens gradually at first and then suddenly. And this is because of the exponential nature of technology. Something like Moore's law, where computational power doubles every 18 months, in the beginning was almost unnoticeable. You didn't realize it was happening that quickly. But now those doublings are become so massive that it feels like we're moving light years in the space of a few days. One of the concepts in this book that I've actually never heard about before, which was very interesting, is something called Moravecs paradox. Now, Moravecs paradox is something that was discovered by artificial intelligence developers and robotics engineers, where they realized that contrary to popular belief, high-level reasoning requires very little computational power, but very small sensory motor skills actually require a lot of computational power. And what this means is that jobs like cooks, gardeners, repairmen are probably going to be safe in the near future because machines aren't going to take those jobs over very quickly. The second important thing that they discuss in this book is bounty versus spread. Bounty is the upside of technology. Bounty is everyone that's going to be racing with technology and taking advantage of it. If you think about this in terms of a small community, if you were the best person in your community and you were selling your products, only the people in that community were buying from you. But with bounty, you're now selling your goods to everyone in the entire world. So if you're a superstar, as they put it, you're going to race ahead and you're going to see immense bounty from selling your goods to everyone in the world. But the person who's second best is going to be competing against everyone in the world. So they say what you're going to start seeing is more people going into niches. Because with that first example, if you're in a very, very niche market, you're probably not going to have customers in your little town who want to buy it. But now when you're competing against the whole world, you're going to have a lot of customers. So the superstars and the people who go into very specific niches, they're the ones that are going to enjoy the bounty. The second side though, the more negative side, is what they call spread. Spread is the people who don't keep up with technology, the people who have their jobs replaced by technology, and they're going to see a larger spread between them and the other people in the economy. What's interesting though is that they make the point that technology doesn't discriminate in the spread. The people in the top 1% of earners versus the middle income to lower income get to use exactly the same technology. You're probably going to see those people in the middle income to lower income brackets have exactly the same iPhone, exactly the same smartphone as the people in the top brackets. So technology doesn't really discriminate. You've got the same possibilities and same opportunities with technology. It's just how you use it. And what they suggest is that we should race with the machines. We should upskill ourselves in things that machines are probably not going to be able to do for many years to come. And these things are ideation, the creation of new ideas, large frame pattern recognition, and complex communication. Machines will probably not be able to do these things, and those people who use these skills in combination with machines are going to do very well for themselves. As in other books that I've covered, they also propose a solution for what they call the spread. And the quote that they use to explain this is something that Voltaire said, and he said that work saves man from three great evils: boredom, vice, and need. And they talk about something like a minimum income for everyone and say that the problem with that is that it only addresses need. It only addresses that need of the people, but not the boredom and the other vices. Their suggestion is that people should be incentivized to work, and the best way to do this, according to them, is through a negative tax. A negative tax is similar to the taxes we know at the moment, where from a certain bracket you're going to get taxed. But they suggest that anyone underneath that bracket actually gets subsidized. This is going to be on a sliding scale, so you get a little bit more the lower you are, but it'll incentivize you to work because the tax just above that bracket is going to be so small, your income is actually going to increase a lot. The other thing they suggest that really makes sense is not taxing salaries that hard. You should rather tax things that you don't like. Tax pollution or tax people for using roads in peak times. So you're incentivizing them not to do things that you don't want to see in society. I hope you enjoyed this. This was the last book for Technology Month. I'm going to be doing a short summary, so keep your eyes out for that. And I'll see you guys again next week with my next book summary.